Hey, welcome to A.M. in the PM. Yes, normally it's that damn show, but I'm sorry to say that David had to be out tonight, so going out to a Christmas party with his little lady, and it formed the A.M. instead of the D.A.M., so it's A.M. in the PM. Hey, how's it going, Anthony?
Mark, it's going well. I think David's going to be switching his whiskey for eggnog tonight.
I know.
Unbelievable. But you know what? Life does get all of us from time to time. I'm sure there'll be nights where I may not be available and whatnot. And maybe the viewers may like that. But either which way, I'm glad to be here tonight. I hope you're having a good week, man.
I am. You get anything cool this week?
Unfortunately, I completely struck out in my attempts to get what I wanted from the lovely Funko 12 Days of Christmas. However,
I kind of lined you up with a deal on that, though.
Thanks to you being a little birdie on John's shoulder, I am most likely going to get one of the three that I really wanted. So I'm very happy to know that I'll be having a Pillsbury come my way when the time comes. But I wanted to thank you for letting it be known that I really was interested in that pop, and now I'll get to add one to my collection.
Well, I knew he was luckily enough to get two of them, and John's a good guy, so I knew that he would help you out. Now, you said you wanted three. What were the two that you didn't get?
I did not get Chili Willy, and you know what? I'll be brief, but I won't be long-winded. But it's memories of my childhood and watching Tom and Jerry and Woody Woodpecker and Popeye with my mom. So, it has significant value. And I'm waiting on the one with the pancakes that they made of him as well. So
now, see, I'll get that one, but a blue sparkly one just doesn't do anything for me.
You know what? My OCD kicks in. If they make three and there's three different stickers, I have to have it. So, and speaking of stickers and other pops that I was looking for, I'm the Red Chrome Batman. It eluded me.
So, yes, that is the one that I did not get. I was trying to get it. I collect Batman. I've got there's maybe now a total of actual pops, maybe less than maybe 10 I don't have of Batmans. So I have like 80 some, and then I've got most of the Dorbs too, and I got some of the rides and the Dorbs rides and the Dorbs XLs and the Batman Ugly Doll and the cereal and the vinyl and the Domos, and yeah, okay, I get Batman.
Yeah,
I even got both
like
Pezzes, Yeah, I just a little bit.
Did you did you get all the Impopsters?
Yeah, I have all the Impopsters.
Okay, cool. They, not for nothing, they were pretty cool.
Yeah,
for Pop, they were pretty cool.
Oh, some of them are really great. I'm staring at them right here. Like the Scarecrow, Two-Face, and the Penguin are probably the best. Especially some of the detail. The pinstripe on the one side of the Riddler. I mean, the Two-Face one is great.
Yeah. I personally, being that I'm a big fan of Harley Quinn, I really like the Harley Quinn and Popster. So, but
both of them.
I only have one. I only have the black and red face mask.
Well, there's a guy and a girl version.
Oh, see, I was not privy to that information.
Yeah, so there's Harley Batman and Harley Batgirl.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
Because see, all of them are guys except for two, because they made one of each for Harley, and the Poison Ivy is Batgirl as well. But all the rest of them. So basically, the characters, I don't know why they made a male and female Harley. Maybe because they thought that some people wouldn't buy the Batgirl one, so they want to make sure there's a Harley one. But yeah, no. So I have them both. So I have them all lined up, and they look really nice. Now, I did get one other one in the. I did get the 2-pack. Oh, I set out some of the stuff that I got this week, and I did not have. They're not over here, but I got the Flaky and what was the other one called? The Elf. I can't remember the Elf's name, but I got the Spastic Plastic 2-pack, and they're already here, and I love them. They're great. I got a few other things in the mail. I got Mr. Spirit Spider. The glow in the dark. I love him.
You should have charged it up, man.
I thought about bringing over my UV flashlight for that, but I decided that I'd have to close the laptop, turn off lights. It just isn't worth it. Actually, let me think here. I can find it. I can probably put a picture of what it looks like on the screen here. Camera
What did you?
roll.
What were you most disappointed outside of Batman that you did not get from the Funko shop?
Batman's the only thing I tried to get that I didn't get.
Okay, okay. You pulled in a Pillsbury.
I did.
Very cool.
I
Hey,
did.
Antonio, I'm gonna give a shout out to Antonio. Thanks for watching us live, man. Antonio's been with us since day one, and I'm glad that he gave us a shout out just now. So I want to say what's up.
Well, yeah.
You
Hey,
know,
we really appreciate all of our fans. Where is my?
you know what's interesting? While you're looking, you
Yeah,
know,
you just keep going because for some reason, out of like 20 pictures, I can't find it. And
so what was it?
oh, there it
Five,
is.
5 out of the 12 days haven't sold out yet. Still available. Betty Boop being one, which I'm surprised about. I thought she would sell out. So that but it was interesting to see how much they changed in the last 2 years. 2016's 12 days was a lot different from 17's. Both of them were a lot different from this year's. The only two non-pop items, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, was the cereal and the snow globe on the last day.
Yep.
So that kind of threw a curveball at everybody, especially what we were discussing off the air all week. The price of the bundle compared to the price of the products, all 12 at the end. Was a
All right.
little.
Is that on the screen?
No, you're frozen.
I'm frozen. Oh, I was trying to share my screen to see if
You're
that's
t-
no good.
you're talking, but it's just a lovely still frame of you and the pops in the background. But that's quite the picture. I must say, because it's a very. There you go. Welcome back. Now
All
you're
right.
live.
All right.
We'll figure out the kinks, man. We're still new at this stuff anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's some of the stuff for next year. I've already got planned that we're gonna be able to do some fun stuff while we're live. So, but yeah, okay. So I got Spirit Spider. We got Amy's super into the bombshells. So they did Duella Dent,
Yes, and I love how she's holding like
the little Joker mask. Because
yeah.
if you're not familiar with the character, Duella Dent originally came on saying that she was the Joker's daughter, and through several of the comics, she's been Penguin's daughter, Poison Ivy's daughter, but really she's Two-Face's daughter, Harvey Dent. So now I did get before the only life-size pop was the Groot one, but they
Yes.
did put out a new life-size pop this week, and that's the life-size Peter Dinklage. This is how tall he is in real life, and no, so it's how do you pronounce it? Is it Eitri?
Oh, I,
Eitri? I don't know.
I wouldn't even attempt. But that's very cool.
And I got this in the mail today.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna crack this bad boy open because
Oh my god,
we
I'm
need
gonna
to
have nightmares.
we
I'm
need
gonna
to
have
see it.
nightmares. I cannot watch.
I'll even just toss the box to the side for right now.
No!
Watch this. Watch. Oh,
No!
oh no. Oh, some more packaging.
I cannot look.
Oh. Now this is wicked cool. Okay.
Yeah. Very nice. They did a good job with that. Oh, Mark, I can't hear you. Did your microphone unplug? No voice for you. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Is it back? Can you hear me now?
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, that's really weird. I muted myself and brought it back. When I tried to do that screen share, it just must have messed everything up.
It's
Okay. So yeah, so then you go around the back and you got a bunch of weapons in the back of the tub, and I was really bitter about the fact that this was $39.99 but after getting it, it basically has they're affixed in here, but it is like getting 3 pops. And
and it looks really cool. They really
Yeah, this is one of the better set. This kills any movie moment I have. Because I have another one that's down here that I got this week that's going to be in a later segment.
Well, let's not tease that any more than you already did.
All right. No, so, yeah, so other than the spastic plastic, that was... Hang on, I'm going to say hi to the people in the chat here.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining live.
We always like to have some people in here, to share all the fun with us. So, it's hard to keep, I always try to read, and if you guys have any questions, I'll try to address them. But it might not be immediately, okay? But feel free to keep contributing, because you know what? And talk amongst yourselves, guys, because this is kind of a watch along, So, if you want to make fun of us, you want to do anything, I don't care, just do what you guys want to do to have fun, as long as it's not mean or anything like that. It's all right with me. Just
Whatever
have a good time, It's Friday night. It's our little party time,
Friday.
All right.
You know what? You mentioned movie moments. I want to show you something. I'm actually, I talked a lot of crap about the Marvel Studios. I really, really, really like it, Mark.
Shut up.
I really like
We're gonna talk about that pop later.
I mean, the electricity that they did, and Whiplash looks really good. Iron Man's pretty standard, but I like it. It's a pretty cool pop. It's not a bad movie moment.
Okay, well, there's one I would like to use more than this, but I didn't pay any damn money for it, so we'll talk about those later.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. Did you got Bullseye today, right? Am I correct on that?
I sure did grab a Bullseye today.
That's fantastic.
You did as well. I'm looking forward to see what type. How many restocks? I believe they put 15K out for release today, and it sold out under 2 hours. I'm wondering if it's going to have a significant value, being that it's a 10-inch and it's an ad icon on top of it.
It's tough to say. It's sold out crazy fast for a 10-inch. 10 inches usually take a while, because, there's a lot of people who won't collect them because they're really freaking big. I mean, just our 6... I'm sick of 6 inches, and
that's what she said.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're just big. We're out of box, and he just hasn't come out yet, and he's not exciting enough to really take out yet. So, he's gonna stay in the box until we find a home for him, because we got to reorganize some of that, and I haven't decided what's coming out yet.
I'm really looking forward to the 6-inch Voltron, so don't ruin that for me.
I've got the 6-inch. Oh, you mean the animal? I almost wore, because, okay, I got the Power Rangers version of Voltron, because they're the same damn thing.
Oh, the Megazord?
Yeah. Not the Megazord. No, not the dinosaur that's having sex with the robot that's having sex with the dinosaur. That's just inappropriate. I can't believe Target put it on their shelves. I mean, it's as ridiculous as Optimus Prime riding Grimlock, okay? That's not supposed to happen, but it did in one of the movies. Shame on you, Michael Bay. Shame on you.
Shame on you, Michael Bay, for keeping Optimus alive for 3 movies.
Yeah, we need his, we all cried when we were kids when Optimus died in the cartoon.
Oh my God. And the All-Spark gets handed off to Hot Rod. It's, that was a moment. So, yes, I agree, but I'm disappointed. However, I was glad to see him rejuvenated for the extended amount of movies that he was in. I love Prime, man. I think I love Prime more than Bumblebee.
Well, I don't care. I've only watched the first movie, and I didn't watch the rest of them because I thought they were garbage.
To each their own. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. No, and as far as the rest of the 12 Days of Christmas,
garbage.
Yeah, I mean, knick-knack. They threw it off because I was getting all like Rain Man and and then I was like Matt Damon and what was it? Good Will Hunting, where I had this whole equation running the whole time, going down, okay, if it's this, it's going to have to be these. It has to equal this number, because in the past, they didn't discount it other than shipping. So this year, they threw me a curveball and actually did give a little bit of a discount to the packages. So,
Well,
So I was convinced, oh, it must not have came today. I also was supposed to get the my little Batman
pocket
holiday keychain
pocket
from
pop.
Hot Topic. So that must be coming tomorrow.
Um, I think we might, since we're talking about it, should we get it out of the way now and send our congratulations, even though he's not here?
Yes, okay. We're gonna record an award ceremony sometime this weekend for Mr. David, but David kicked our butts
Oh yeah.
pretty
Um,
bad.
David's that damn champion from our little contest that we had between the three of us, where we all took our 12 days of Christmas guesses prior to Funko's release of the 12 days. And I came in dead last because I decided to be the devil's advocate player and say, oh, they're not going to do a Betty Boop. Oh, they're not going to do this one. Oh, they're not going to do that one. And meanwhile, I put my foot, you know where, and here we are. Congratulations, David, on your massive victory. You are the first annual That Damn champion.
We are going to be having other events throughout the year to give us a chance to reclaim it, because the belt needs to leave David's house. Because we're making a that damn belt, and
For those of you that know wrestling, it's kind of like when the NWO took the belt and Hogan and Bischoff spray painted the NWO. Well, we'll
it's
have
going
the
to be
D.A.M.
D.A.M on it. Yep.
Hey, Mark, got an idea.
Hmm.
What if we get some of our loyal people involved in something like that in the future, where we extend out the point system to them?
Well, we could have something like that damn fan. We could have, give you guys a chance to maybe get some bragging rights, because we would like to have once, our live audience is slowly growing, and as we start getting more and more people, I want to start playing some games that involve you guys. So we might have to have like a little running total, and then every so often maybe we'll send out that damn belt.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people are loyal in our community. The Funko family is amazing, and I'm sure wherever it goes, it will be taken care of well, and it will be sent off accordingly. So, something to think about, something for you guys that do tune in and actually like and appreciate what we do and want to get involved. It's just one of the many things and ideas that we always chirp each other about. Eventually, you'll know more as we put more fine print details to our ideas.
Now, speaking, David's missing, but you know what else was missing? Where is Buzz?
Hey, for all the trolls and all the leaks and all the information that comes out, listen, somebody did a damn fine. Either that's a Photoshop or a future item, because it looked as if it was coming out, Mark. It looked like it was going to be part of our 12 days. I was hell bent on it arriving and trying to get one as hard as I could, and the disappointment factor really kicked in with that one. Where do you stand?
We do know that it's coming because it was in. They had that sketch shot that showed the Funko Shop exclusives, which had King Ding Dong, it had the Fruit Pie Magician, it had Pillsbury Doughboy, and Buzz.
Did
Now,
it have Aunt Jemima?
no, Aunt Jemima's not happening. They can't make something with the head is smaller than the body. It's just not going to look right on a pop.
Why? They did that with Violet from Willy Wonka.
Well, no, Violet's still got a big head.
Yeah, but I think her body. Well, yeah, you're right. I guess it doesn't matter. I see what you're saying. Correct. I stand corrected.
But she is big. There's not a lot of fat pops. There's a few, like the Baymax one is, and Hurley from Lost is a little chunky. Cartman is chunky, but his head is just as big as his body.
Hey, screw you guys. I'm going home.
That's right. Now, John, you missed the unboxing? Yeah, I took this bad boy out. Look at it.
No, my eyes.
It's so... Now, why would you want this in the box? I mean, look, there's all this stuff going on back here. Who knew? I mean, you could have, if you don't have it in the box, you don't know. Maybe they cleaned this tub and it's nice and shiny back here. You don't know that all this grime's back there, and you don't know exactly how many weapons they got. I mean, this Spike Club, it would be invisible in the box. So, for your pops.
I'm actually waiting on another Mark I Iron Man, because the back of that pop has some sick detail to it. I want to have one out of box.
Yeah, I mean, I like how you feign like horror when I take a pop out of the box when behind me is like 1,000 pops outside of the box.
But they're already out, and I'm accustomed to seeing that beautiful display, so it doesn't really affect me. It's in the moment. You just got a fresh box, and here you are just destroying the box. But
I didn't destroy the box. I lightly set it over there. It maybe dropped a few feet, but
Mark,
it was fine.
you look like the FedEx guy delivering our packages. Like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I remember I did a live video in the Minnesota group back when we were pretty new, where we went on this big trip. The time that we bought 70 pops. And I do updates to like show stuff out of the boxes every once in a while. And that was back before we've always been out of box collectors, but it was before we started decided that we were going to save all the boxes. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, this, and I'm like chucking them in the back seat as I'm talking, and people are like commenting in horror, like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, we take them out of the box. But we have to put some back in the box sometimes because we keep getting all these pops and we only have so they've taken over this entire room. There's no wall in this room that doesn't have pops on it,
But
and
is there more room to expand your shelving?
well, we're adding we have to our Lowe's is closing, so we have to go get 4 more brackets so our brackets match for the back corner. But the back corner already needs to move and it's going to have to go somewhere else. It's probably going to go in the downstairs kitchen dining area. We have a TV mounted to the wall, and maybe we'll build a big thing around there. Even though right now that's where all the we probably have about 300 or 400 boxes against that wall over there, but we're probably going to move those into the storage room and then put shelves over there too. I don't
You know
know.
what you know what I forgot? I'm a big dummy. I do want to make mention. A buddy of mine from a Facebook group, without even notice, I don't mean to just completely go randomized, but somebody sent me this as a Christmas gift for no reason, Mark. Just because they know
nice.
I love Deadpool. Just because they know I love Deadpool. And the reason I thought of that is we were talking about mail calls before, and I completely effed up, and I'm sorry, Christopher. Thank you again for that beautiful Dorbs. He showed me, those Michael baseball bat displays that are for out of box pops only?
Yeah.
Well, that's if you lay it flat, long, horizontally. If you put it vertically, you can fit 6 pops in box. So I figured out something new yesterday. I am excited. I cannot wait for them to go on sale again because I have some ideas for how to rearrange my room in here.
So it doesn't look like you're sitting in a store?
Well, technically...
Yeah, we sell pops.
If you want to get technical, it kind of is the store area too, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, no. I always make jokes. I made a meme one day of this old lady sitting on plastic furniture with this furniture with the plastic on it, smoking a cigarette, and I said living room of an inbox collector because you got to hold them in your hand and enjoy them.
That's why I appreciate the loyal subjects. I just wish they made more to fit the pop nostalgia and the pop culture of, the vinyl that we love so much.
Yes. And
I need a third job just for Funko.
I know it's bad. We've toned down a little bit. We don't have to have. I mean, we were getting like every pop out of everything for a while, and it was getting too bad, and it's you can't have them all. So really what I've been doing is the collections that we really want. And now it's going to be nice because it's going to slow down a little bit because this is our little bit of a lull time, even though I don't think it's going to be as much of a lull. But now we don't have another con until spring when ECCC happens. And, now I can catch up on some of, because, hot topic. Normally during Hot Cash, I catch up on a lot of the current commons that I didn't pick up with Hot Cash, hot topic. But you know what they did that time? Like they made none of their pops able to be bought with Hot Cash, even old porgs. Thanks a lot, Hot Topic. I really, really, really appreciate that. But no, yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Your disdain for Hot Topic is outstanding.
I didn't have as big of a problem. Well, okay,
Breathe,
they're
breathe.
they're they're one of my favorite places to buy pops here in town, and the people that work there are very nice. But yeah.
It's their online that, and when they
No,
destroy
no,
your,
I like their online. I'm just really mad about the hot cash.
yeah,
And and then there was that whole thing, like back in my punk rock days when stores like Hot Topic, existed, it was kind of made it so your mass, it was for the mass markets to start becoming punk rock little kids and all that other stuff and goth kids and all that other stuff. It was like a commercialized version of what used to be not commercialized. So I guess back from those old days, I still held a little bit of disdain, and I really should, because they actually have a lot of cool. I mean, where else am I going to go buy an Iron Maiden T-shirt these days? You're not going to get, well, actually, even places like Target have crap like that now. But no, it's I'm just really mad about the hot cash. I guess I'm okay. I'm okay with everything else because they don't sell those Jangle Pants there anymore. Because whenever I'd see the kids walking around those Jangle Pants at the mall, I wanted to punch them. And I'm not a very violent person, but boy, those pants are too big.
I tell you something, boy. Come here, boy.
You should only have a maximum of 3 zippers on one pair of pants.
Oh, you talking about those UFO things?
Wow, those ones that looks like you could hide. I mean, Peter Dinklage could hide in each leg, and you wouldn't know.
Like the kids that listen to Corn.
They were like, it was like, oh, so you guys had bell bottoms. Well, I'm gonna have bell everything. Yeah, no.
You have bell bottoms. We have bell from the waist down.
So and I'm sure if I was still in high school at the time that those came out, I would think those are pretty awesome. I mean, we grew up in the grunge age, so we didn't have to have these giant weird pants. Well, we wore big pants.
I know the grunge age real well. I've marked my body with the Nirvana logo. I mean, Jesus, that was my childhood, was grunge and Nirvana.
Now, what are your thoughts? Did you see? I know I posted it in the That Damn Show chat, but did you watch the newest trailer for Once Upon a Deadpool?
The one where they start singing Nickelback?
Yes.
I was cracking up. But so now, is this just an entire? Is this Deadpool 2 just without the curses?
So what it is?
So
it's a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2.
So what's with the Fred Savage? Is that just for the trailer?
No. So they've added some things. So what they're doing is they're kind of recreating. Deadpool is thinking that he wants to recreate the magic of A Princess Bride, where Fred Savage is being read to in bed, the story. So he's got that Deadpool book where he's going to be reading him the story of Deadpool, probably to do some fillers because there's a fair amount of stuff they're going to have to cut out of the movie. And there's also additional ones, like that scene where he sits next to that old man and woman and she's holding the balloons and he's like, I really like your working up. And then he's like, but don't get too attached because, spoiler, it happens in the first 5 minutes up, the wife dies. But so yeah, no, they're going to have some new parts. I think they're going to have some of the stuff that they had in the director's cut version, that because it was like 15 minutes longer. So a few of the scenes that they can have from that, I think they're going to have in this version, because if you just saw the theatrical version, some of that stuff can be put into it too. So no, it's good. It's only going to be like for 12 days, and $1 from every movie ticket goes to charity. So Ryan Reynolds said, yep, we can do a PG-13 cut of the movie, but proceeds have to go to charity, and I have to have Fred Savage.
And he got his wishes.
And he got his wishes.
So now my question to you is, I'm going to assume you are, because maybe for the charity reason only, but you're going to go see it in the theater?
Oh, God, no. Well, okay. Remember, we just took, 2 children into foster care. So we have now a 4-month-old and a 2-year-old. So it's really difficult for us to go to movies. So if we're going to get someone to watch the kids, we're going to go see Aquaman when it comes out here next week. So
my wife made a wonderful reference the other night. She goes, so Aquaman is pretty much DC's Thor, and instead of in the sky, it's underwater. I was like, yeah, I guess you could say that, because they're both, Greek style god replicas, and they both have the brothers that turn on them, and So yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. I could care less. But hey, if you get the opportunity, let me know all about it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, and my guess is Once Upon a Deadpool is going to get digitally released on Christmas Day. I think that they're not going to play around at all, and they're just going to release it right away. So I'll just buy it, and I'm sure some of the proceeds of the digital copies will go to charity too. So I'm okay with that.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds could troll Hugh Jackman enough to convince him to do a Deadpool Wolverine movie?
I'm really surprised he hasn't trolled him enough to at least appear or do a cameo in his
Well,
movie.
he did in the end of two.
But it was just the footage from Wolverine Origins.
Right, right.
So it very well could happen. You
I
know,
mean,
he seems like because Hugh Jackman seems like a likable, funny guy.
oh, they
So
love each other in real life.
I don't see why they can't. And maybe he's saving it, or maybe they will. I mean, if they did a oh, my iPad thought I was talking to it, and Siri came up and all this other stuff. So shut up. Between the echo talking when I try to talk to it. The worst was when I rewatched the show now and I was doing when I was editing out that one of the episodes, the part where I talked to the echo and asked the Jeopardy question. It would make it go off every time I watched it. I was like, oh, I want to see how good the audio sounds on this. I could never tell because every time I did it, it talked and did the same thing again. So irritating. But no, now now since we're getting close to Christmas and we want to do some Christmas stuff as well, before our main topic, I wanted to ask, what is what's your favorite Christmas movie? What movie or movies do you have to see every year at Christmas?
So, March of the Wooden Soldiers is probably my all-time favorite Christmas movie.
Which one?
March of the Wooden Soldiers, Laurel and Hardy.
I've probably seen it, but I don't know it by name.
Oh, it's black and white.
I have seen a lot of the old Laurel and Hardy movies because they used to at the Fargo Theater. They always used to show movies when you go. They had like kids movies on weekends that you could go to, and they always had old Laurel and Hardy movies and stuff play.
Yeah, well, March of the Wooden Soldiers is one of my all-time favorites. Again, it's childhood memories of like my grandparents and my mom. That and of course, I have to watch Die Hard.
Oh, of course,
without a doubt. But those are the two that stand out the most to me. I love I mean, they play March of the Wooden Soldiers even on Thanksgiving, but I have to make sure I watch it Christmas morning, even if I do it on my own on my computer or whatever. I make sure I get a few moments of it in, especially when they start the March of the Wooden Soldiers. They're in this factory warehouse and they wind them all up and the soldiers go walking out. It's a cool movie, man. It's kind of like Wizard of Oz meets I don't know. Wizard of Oz meets Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. I don't know. Something crazy.
Well, now for me, let's throw in, let's see here. David, he's filled me in on some of his stuff, so we can act out for David here.
I don't
David,
have a whiskey glass.
I know. I've got some Monster Rehab orange. I could pretend to be half in the bag by the end of the show, but
I need a fish tank and a child in the background to do that, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's ever been half in the bag, but every once in a while he gets a little silly. But that's what we like.
That's why we have him.
And his movie he picked was Scrooged, which is a great Christmas movie because it kind of combines a Christmas Carol with modern comedy, and you can't go wrong with Bill Murray. I mean, Bill Murray's awesome, and but for me, my staples that I have to see every year is I have to see A Christmas Story, which is great because it's on for 24 hours, but we own it, so it's fine. I have to see National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I have to see Die Hard. In fact, we just watched this week's Goldbergs and it was the theme of the episode was Die Hard, and the youngest boy went to the movie theater and he couldn't get into Ernest Steals Christmas or Ernest Saves Christmas, and he asked the guy at the ticket counter what would be another good Christmas movie, and the guy pointed at Die Hard, and then he fell in love with Die Hard,
He
and
saw it
then
6 times in the theater, and then he sees it at home. Yeah.
oh, you watched it?
Oh, of course. I love the
Okay,
Goldbergs.
all right. Yeah, so that was a
keep going because
great episode, yeah, because they ended up making the sequel, because it was great that they were like pitching all the different versions of Die Hard they could make, and they said that Die Hard in an airport would be dumb, and they said Die Hard on a bus would be dumb, which is basically Speed, and but they ended up thinking that Die Hard in a treehouse would be great. So
welcome to the 80s.
Yeah, I know. And I have to see It's a Wonderful Life, because Jimmy Stewart, directed by Frank Capra, can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's classic, golden age of cinema, and it's a great movie, and it gets me every time.
It's a little too soft for my liking on Christmas Day, but I don't turn it off if it happens to pop on the screen.
See, you just don't want to admit it. It's that Capra magic, You see that, and then you flip on, oh, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington's on. Oh, I gotta watch that too. So now, if you had a favorite Christmas album, what would it be?
Because it's not an actual artist, it's a compilation. Of course, I have to go with Punk Rock Christmas. It's various artists. It's I'm trying to see who the Iggy Pop is on it. Real Big Fish.
I think I might have that album.
Unwritten Law, The Suicide Machines. It's a really good. I think they may have made a couple of them, but I really like those. Obviously, punk rock is my heart first and foremost. So when you have things like that, but I really do like. There's a band called Memphis May Fire, and they do a very heavy version of Carol of the Bells. And let me tell you, Mark, it can get your blood pumping no matter what mood or situation you are in. So I do suggest, if you've never heard it, to, when you have some time, YouTube it and check it out.
Well, for me, let's see if I start.
The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ our eyes have not gone, Christ the everlasting Lord, late in time, beholding come.
Bad Religion.
Bad Religion did an entire Christmas album of traditional Christmas hymns in their own style.
Listen, talk about some of the, I don't want to say OGs of punk rock, but I mean, that's one band that they tie right in with bands like Rancid and Op Ivy and No Effects, and even the Offspring later on came out. Now,
they could be all of their dads. Bad Religion's going into their 39th year of being a band.
And a wonderful band at that. Hey, you know what I noticed? Mark, you know what's crazy? Dickie Barrett does Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel.
Does he really?
I was shocked.
Dickie Barrett, that's Mighty Mighty Boss Tones lead singer, right?
Yeah.
So he's a regular on the show. He's like the band leader, or what is he?
He's like the band leader, yeah.
Oh, damn.
But the Boss Tones play not religiously, but pretty often on the Kimmel show. So.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, because Fallon's got the roots, so it's actually kind of cool to have an established band be, Now, granted, Seth Meyers has Fred Armisen, who was in Tretchmouth way back in the day. Okay. So if you watch some of those really old documentaries, he might even is he in The Fall of the Western Civilization Part 1? I can't remember, but he's been in some. I love music documentaries, so I watch tons. Especially, I watch every punk rock documentary I can get my hands on, from the Gigi Allen story to I mean, Fall of the Western Civilization Part 1 and Part 3 are both punk rock ones. Part 2 is early '80s metal in Los Angeles, which is great. Have you ever watched any of the Fall of the Western Civilization documentaries?
No, but I have something to do on Sunday night now.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. In fact, they just re-released them a little while ago, so I bought them digitally on Amazon. And but if you get the Blu-rays, they have a commentary track that Dave Grohl does.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have. Okay. I'm actually gonna write this down.
Yep. So I mean, if you like Dave Grohl and Dave Grohl talking about stuff, great thing to do. I didn't know that till after I bought the digital version, so I was a little bitter that I didn't do it. But eventually, I'll probably buy the Blu-rays just for it. But I mean, I'll get them. I can't wait until the Jawbreaker one finally comes out. They've been touring around, showing Don't Break Down, but they haven't digitally released it yet. Kind of how they did with Descendants Film Age. If you haven't seen Film Age, see Film Age, because the
Okay.
Descendants is one of the greatest bands ever, and it's one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen. So
Very, very cool. I appreciate the tips on what to get in myself into when I run out of stuff to watch.
But yeah, no, the Bad Religion Christmas album is great because they do, let's hear, Hark the Herald Angels, O Come All Ye Faithful, O Come Emmanuel, White Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, What Child Is This, and Angels We Have Heard on High. And then it's got a version of American Jesus. But it's great. I mean, it's just, because it sounds like the Christmas songs, but it's got that edge, and I love it.
It's Bad Religion's versions, and hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with a little Bad Religion. So
No. And Bad Religion singing Christmas songs is great.
very cool.
Now, I saw, and it's happened a couple times now, the 10-inch Hulk restocked this week.
Yes, it did. Unfortunately, did you see a few months ago, when they were re-released in store for like $10?
That was probably about 6 months ago.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It was a little while after like the 10-inch Thanoses came out. They were clearancing them out, and they had so many production issues with them. I know there was a one of the Goodwills up in Minneapolis, I think, on Hennepin. They had a whole wall of ones with broken hammers for $10.
Oh.
And I mean, granted, you can fix it really easy. Now, when we bought ours, there was one of the broken hammer and one that wasn't. Of course, we bought the one without the broken hammer, and he's sitting right up there because I love our 10-inch Hulk. He's an awesome pop. He's actually one of my favorite. Him, Thanos, and Groot. Well, but I really like the new Green Guy. Okay, I like a lot of them. I wanted to get the 10-inch Porg, but Amy kept talking me out of it.
You're gonna laugh later when we get into another topic.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. There's gonna be some words tonight. This is gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah,
We're gonna be slaughtering a lot of pops.
We're gonna turn into the Michael Myers FYE pop with the blood splatter everywhere.
Now, so Hot Topic dropped another one of those balls, a blue balls pop.
Hey,
Vegeta. I don't know. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, and I think they have really weird names.
Small blue vagina, and if you like blue vagina, I feel bad for you.
Because the only one I've ever bought was the Beerus, and I picked that up for P-Town because he wasn't able to get it at the time, and so I sent that off to him, and that got there I think this week. And if anybody did get the one this week and doesn't need one, he is in need of that pop. So I will gladly trade or buy it off of somebody, and I will send it off to him. But no, they said they're not going to restock them.
Well, they said about a lot of things. Now the Deku Battle is out available in stores in California, making its way to the East Coast, which is one of those My Hero Academia Dragon Ball Z ripoff type.
It was one of those ones that they didn't do the full production release, so it was worth a ton of money. And yeah, that My Hero Academia. I put it on my media server because every once in a while I'm like, oh, maybe I should check some of this out. But I don't want to watch it because if I like it, I'm going to want the pops, and I don't want to have to pay for the pops. So, it's trouble.
It's true.
Now, John asked what 12 Days Christmas ones we got, because obviously we missed it. So, John, you could maybe start watching at the right time. But no, I got, what I got.
And you know what I got
every day. And you know what he got, because the only one he got is maybe one you got for him. So that's which ones we got.
So that's what we got. And I thank you again, John. I thought you were live from the jump. I thank you again for your kindness and Mark for thinking of me and reaching out to you to let you know. So thank you both, gentlemen, again.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're friends working together to get each other pops.
Hey, listen, help the collection grow where you can. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Now, we may as well get down to throw. I have David's list, but after looking at it, there's enough on David's list that's on my list, and I'm sure that's some on your list that we're gonna read David's after the fact.
Oh,
because
Mark, I'm gonna not because I'm trying to be that guy, and not because I highly doubt any of my 10 are on anybody's list.
Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna let you go first, so the floor is yours, Anthony.
All right, so this is our top 10 worst pops of 2018.
Now, do you actually have these ranked, or are you just naming 10?
Oh no, I have from 10 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I listen, when you give us a task, I get all involved with it.
I do tend to give you guys homework. See, you may not realize that we do actually work at doing this. This is it may seem like a garbage truck on fire, and we're just kind of all over the place. But, usually this week it was really bad too, because I don't think I even gave you guys the topic until Wednesday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. Usually by Monday morning or Monday afternoon, I try to have this week's topic for you guys. And then I start filtering in the news, things that we can talk about and stuff like that. But this week it was way delayed. And I don't even think I published the rest of the stuff today for you guys. I was going to, and then I got all distracted, and I was doing this mic mount thing and all this other stuff that time got away from me.
And we tend to go off in all different crazy areas.
Oh yeah, because David's kind of the rooted one that kind of doesn't pull us in different directions. So it's kind of like the sane people running the asylum right now, tonight, because we're the two people that tend to just go all over the place. So,
but you know what? That's why we that damn people doing that damn show.
Yeah, that's why it's AM in the PM.
That's what's up tonight.
PM. Yep.
All right, so I ranked. We're gonna go from 10 to 1. My number 10 worst pop of 2018 is the Mermaid Deadpool. And I'm sure that there's a couple of people surprised of me saying that any Deadpool is a bad pop.
Okay, is it bad because they made 2 of them, or is it bad just because it's a mermaid?
No. I have nothing against mermaids. A friend of mine actually thinks she's one. I have nothing against. I despise the pop because even most of the maybe not clown or samurai, but most of the other variations that they made, Ryan Reynolds played some type of portion of that pop to bring it out. Not Fool Killer and Slap, obviously, but the mermaid one, it's way out there. And
hey, it's just no further out than the chicken one.
But I like the chicken one just because
the chicken one is so badass. I love it so much.
Yeah, I like it. It's just, it's him. It's like a Halloween costume for Deadpool. So I kind of dig it. You know what I mean? But I could never buy into the mermaid one. I felt there was no reason for it.
Do you remember when he was a panda?
No, but this is but that's it.
I'm just shooting holes in your theory.
But that's an animal.
You don't even know what animals are. You think robots are animals?
Because there was a flock chase of the panda, I let it slide. My original thought was to go with the panda.
So you're telling me if there was a flocked chase of the mermaid, you'd let it slide?
No. Why would there ever in the hell be a flocked mermaid?
They made a flocked hairless cat.
Touche. Okay. Moving on. The pop that I thought was the worst at number 9 was all variations of the pork. I don't know. A mentally challenged bird really doesn't do it for me, and that's what that pop kind of looked like. Not that I'm trying to diss anybody that's mentally challenged, because obviously I am as well. But I don't know, man.
So you're not a fan of sloth?
I'm not a fan of.
Are you just being down on mentally challenged pops?
No, not at all. No. Listen, I'm gonna have people attacking me now because
you hear Anthony's all down on mentally handicapped pops.
You can't say that R word. It's like politically incorrect.
I know.
But
It's
yeah,
hard for a generation because that's just. But now we're all becoming more PC.
yeah, that was like an everyday common slang word for your buddies
You know,
growing up.
everything that we said to our buddies growing up is now really bad.
Oh, well, we'll get banned across. We'll get eggs thrown at our house if people knew where we lived.
Yeah.
So the next, the ugly sweater Christmas Spider-Man.
Oh, that
Why?
out of all of the Marvel Christmas pops, that's the one I like the most. I think that one's great. But I embrace the ugly Christmas sweater because I win the ugly Christmas sweater contest every year at work.
Fine, but why are you doing it with Pops? I don't. Why did you do it with Darth Vader? Why did you do it with Art? Why are they doing this Christmas? They do enough of it with. They had the Santa Claus from Rudolph. They had all the Ralphies from A Christmas Story. They had all the elves that they do. I mean, come on, give it up. I don't need to see my favorite comic book character heroes in ugly Christmas sweaters. I didn't dig it. So
for your Deadpool collection, you didn't buy the Deadpool with candy canes?
Of course I did.
and you just answered why they did it.
Well, right. We know in the long run why they did it.
It's the money.
Hello, mula. I'm a big fan of the next character. Very big fan. Love the show. Hate that there's 87,000 variations. And the one I despise the most is the 11 in burger t-shirt. Why? I don't care. You did enough 11s. 11 with a nosebleed. 11 with waffles. 11 this way. 11 that way. Upside down. Inside out. I'm about to show you people what it's all about. Stop! Stop overproducing the awesome characters. You're ruining for me.
It's, we have a whole, over here we have like a whole like section for Stranger Things. And up until Funko Fun Days, we were batting 1,000. And there are way, way, way too many 11s. And but there's way too many Hoppers because Hopper's great as a character, but he's really boring as a pop. And I think we're actually saying no to the 10-inch Demogorgon.
Oh yeah.
And we might be saying, I don't know, the movie moments are really cool, but they're so damn big. And we're on the fence. If I get a good deal on them, I'll buy the movie moments. But I'm not going to pay $36 a piece for them.
No, wait till they drop. Wait till they're overproduced and they drop. I made mention of this guy earlier. And the reason why I...
Oh, wait, before you go further, John Page, Zombie Johnny 75 in the chat, he did comment and say, am I the only one who wants to hear more about Anthony's friend that thinks they're a mermaid?
if I could go there, I would. She's dating a very good friend of mine. She's a beautiful girl, honestly, like stunning. Not hard on the eyes at all. But we can't really dive into that right now. So she'll be here,
literally.
You know what? Tell John if he pays attention to my personal Facebook page, the picture of me, my wife, and our friends from the concert a couple weeks ago. That's the girl who thinks she's the mermaid. So, but either which way, sorry, Paige. Mark, the next pop, it really, even with the Leatherface chase, it had a little bit of blood spatter on it, so it was technically a different pop. But it was, so that kind of ties in with this. The Woody Woodpecker that they made with the mallet as the chase is the same exact pop as the comic. It's just his hand is open in the comic without a mallet, and in the chase he has the mallet. It's really irking me again that they're running out of ideas and they're just throwing anything out there to make that extra retail price or wholesale or whatever it is. It's more money, more problems for us pop collectors because we have to go out of our way to now find this stupid mallet. Mark, it's the same exact pop, literally.
Just say no. I've learned to do it. Dumb chases don't need to be bought. They don't need to be part of your collection. I know it's tough. I know it's got it. The first part of moving on is accepting that you have a problem, and then eventually you'll have to be making amends to all the people that you bothered about getting these stupid chases that nobody really wants.
As I see behind you.
Hey, I've passed on a lot of chases this year because they've been dumb.
No, yeah. It's gotten very boring. To go ahead along with the Christmas pops, the R2D2 with antlers. You know what? If they would have took Chewbacca's outfit with all the lights, I could see that on a robot, because at least you could plug it into the robot and he'll light up.
They already light up.
But the antlers were terrible, and the pop looks horrible, and I do not like it. And if there's one character I liked from Star Wars, it was R2D2. So probably because he didn't speak, and I have to listen to the nonsense. if only I could get somebody else to not speak. The Prince Third Eye, the Third Eye Girl pop.
Is that from the band Third Eye Blind?
No, it's just Prince with
with the sunglasses. But that is an outfit he wore.
I know, but I didn't like it.
They're dumb sunglasses, and
yeah, and they should have never replicated that time in his life when he was absolutely lost, because the artist formerly known as is not Prince.
To its defense, is they for a lot of these big icon music ones, they try to do two or three of them, and there's only so many iconic looks that one artist can have. I mean, they did the Purple Rain, and then they did the Grammy. Was it the Grammy performance one? I haven't picked them up yet, so I can't remember all of them. But and then they did that one, because that one was a big performance, and it is one that people remember. And when you look at it, you're like, that's Prince.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, granted, I'll give you that. I can't give Funko what they did with that pop, because it just Raspberry Beret. Thank you, Antonio. They did a Raspberry Beret. But anyway, so that's one that I didn't like it. It looked like he was deformed. Whatever. So I had my number two, my number one, I juggled for a while. I didn't know what I hated more. So number two, coming in at number two, was the Fun Days Danny Zuko white sweater pop. I kind of get why they put that in the Fun Days box. They're going with the whole theme, the whole school theme, the high school thing, and that's what they looked like back then. But you did the cool Danny Zuko. Why you got to ruin it with that end of movie one where I didn't even like it in Greece when he let her win. So it was like, no, that's not Danny Zuko. But I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the fact that they made two of them with different color Fs. Enough again.
That was that. I mean, those are worth like nothing. In fact, I came across them on eBay. I think you can get them for like $20 a piece.
Maybe even cheaper, Mark. Maybe even cheaper. But to cap it all off, this is not one particular pop. Even though I need one really bad, and probably a couple others that will eventually come out. Stop with the chrome! Enough! Move on. Every single damn chrome pop, they just did a chrome rocket raccoon. Obviously the red one for Batman from every damn Thanos you can think of. I'm done, Mark. I'm tired of the chromes. I do not want to see another one in production. After this Marvel Studios 10 years is done, I really hope they stop. I really do. I'm tired of it. And that is my damn 10 worst pops of 2018.
So now just wait till they start doing the Marvel Studios 11, where they're going to have blue chromes of everybody.
It's going to give me
and then 12 is going to be red.
13's going to be green. No. So anyway.
Yes, John, I did crack a cold one. I opened up a second Monster Rehab. This one is a raspberry tea. For some reason, he noticed that I had opened a can earlier, and Yes.
Raspberry
Raspberry Monster. I think I love you. No,
Let's
well,
Give-
okay, so all right.
give it to me. Give it to me.
Now, I didn't do these from 1 to 10, but I'm gonna kind of do them 1 to 10 here. Oh, that's right. I went looking for that picture. Okay. So, number 10. Let's have this be number 10. For a couple of these, I have some of them. So, what the hell, Target?
I'm not surprised that you have, because you have every pop.
Shut up. I don't have any pops. I have like 10. This is a green screen, you know.
You only have the 10 worst pops in 2008.
I had the Teletubbies and some Care Bears. No, so Target, you know, it's great that you have exclusives, and I really like that you give us discounts for the red card. But what the hell is with the red pops? Okay, this dinosaur was never red in the movie. It was never red in real life. It was never red ever. But he's red, and only red card members can buy it. It's like they torture us. It's like, oh, you better get this because it's red, you know. And Amy really likes the Jurassic Park pops, so I got it, you know. But there was the red Stormtrooper, which you can still buy, like what, 2 years later. They did the red chrome Iron Man for if you bought the Avengers, passed on that. They did the red Predator if you pre-ordered the Predator movie. I want to say there's another one, but I can't think of what it is.
Don't
now kudos on Spot. Love Spot. And that's Spot. I always call him Spot, but kudos on Bullseye. You know, I bought him this morning, and
I'm surprised the 10-inch wasn't chrome.
I'm surprised it wasn't red.
Red chrome.
Red chrome Bullseye is coming out for red card holders. It's gonna happen. Now we'll group these in here, okay? Because there's been several of them, okay? And you've addressed some, but lazy ass chases. Okay. Someone with red in their mouth sneezes on them, and then it's a chase. You know, stupid blood splatter. Okay. So here, weaponized Rick. Here's the regular one. Okay. Now here's the chase. Oh, look. He's got a different mouth. That's it. Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. Well, let's flick a little red on it. I mean, if you're gonna do a blood splatter, do it like freaking Beverly on it, okay? Drench them in blood.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That's one of the only blood splatter ones. Now the Will from Saga, the glamour shot of the chase and the blood splatter on that was awesome.
Well, the Carrie regular pop is awesome.
Yeah. But, you know, why didn't they make a regular in a chase and then do it like that too? You know, I don't know. It's terrible. Lazy chases are the epitome of all this. And in fact, I actually have several chases now that I see this in my, so let's just start knocking off a bunch of these that are chases. Okay. The Baby with Sam, Hot Topic chase. Sam is a black car. So for the chase, they made it reflective silver. That's not the color of the car. You know, have one of them be clean, one of them be dirty, or something. But don't make it that has nothing to do with the show. I mean, Supernatural's on what, like season 12? I've seen every episode of it. And there's never been a time that Baby has been like silver chrome. So stop it. Hot Topic, I'm talking to you. It's your fault.
Let us use your hot cash.
Okay, now another chase. Okay, not only was the Darth Vader holding a candy cane stupid, way more dumb than your R2-D2 with antlers. Just Darth Vader holding a candy cane. But then they made a chase where just the candy cane glows. Oh boy, that's really fun.
Preach on, my brother. Preach on, my brother.
Look. It's candy cane clothes. It's candy cane clothes. You can't tell what it is. It's like that freaking It Pop that had hold the egg and just the egg glows. Or what was it? The Frodo one where just the tip of his sword glows. What? If you're gonna make a pop glow, make it glow. Don't
Like
just have one little piece of it glow. That's stupid.
Like your spirit spider.
Yes,
That's
the spirit spider glows
That's
like there's no tomorrow.
That's a glow.
Yep. And oh, and then I still haven't seen this movie, but I don't want to blow it up. What was the name of the Will Smith movie that was on Netflix? Why can't I think of the name of it?
Bright.
Okay. Oh, let's not have him hold a gun. Let's have him hold a wand.
Well, you haven't seen the movie, so I'm not trying to.
Hey! Don't defend it. Woody Woodpecker sometimes has a mallet, sometimes doesn't.
Touche.
All right, so just stop it.
I suggest you watch Bright. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's one I want to watch. I just haven't got around to it yet. I had forgot it existed until I was going through looking at the pops from this year to pick up the ones that I thought were terrible.
It was a damn good movie. Okay,
now the Leatherface chase that made my another dumb chase. I also had the Marvel Studios 10 Chromes on my list.
Okay.
Because they are dumb. So dumb. In fact, if you remember, the one thing I was praying for in the Marvel Studios 10 box was that it wasn't a Chrome Pop. Because I was convinced it was going to be. Unless it was Stan Lee. Because then I would forgive them for that.
Was the Pez Chrome? Was the Hulk Pez
No,
Chrome?
It was just gross gold.
Might as well be rust.
Yeah. No.
Hey,
and those two minis were stupid too. That was just a garbage box. I'm really upset about it. If it wasn't X-Men next time, I think I would cancel it, but I can't because it's X-Men.
I think that's the last one I'm gonna let come my way. We always talk shit about. Whoop, this is a family show. Oh my God, Bleep sent you that.
Oh, you were swearing last week too.
Hey, listen. we're always running amok about how lazy Funko is. But you know what? This isn't anything new. This isn't anything new at all. This is something they've been doing from the get-go. It's the same damn thing, and they use the metallic blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm more forgiving with metallic paint because it does look cooler.
Oh, absolutely. I love my Joker and my Robin.
I mean, I wouldn't consider those lazy chases. But, I looked at, they announced the Romeo and Juliet pops this week. And they had a chase. I know, I'm not going to get him either. It was a cool movie. I like Buzz Aldrin movies. I mean, he has this thing, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Strictly Ballroom. I think he's done another one since then, but I can't remember what it was. But that at least had Leonardo's character instead of like in the nice formal thing, the chase is him with his beat up face wearing the Hawaiian shirt standing there. I mean, the chase is actually different. It's a completely different pop. And not just different outfit, but everything about it was different. I mean, it's not like these stupid Peg Bundy, Gloria from the Modern Family one is going to be the same way too.
The Rock from WWE.
Yeah.
Was just different jackets.
Different colored clothes or blood splatter isn't a chase.
But contrary. It is.
Oh, I know it is. But it's, I don't know. And the thing about chases is everyone gets all excited about them. But if you wait till after they've been out for 6 months, they're usually $20 or less. There's very few that have held their value.
The one in 32s are like the only ones that have really held their value. The 1 in 6s.
Yeah, I think the only like older chases that we have is the original Zero chase from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
Because that's a 1 in 32. And we have the Freddy Glow chase, but they re-released that, so that one's not worth nearly as much. I think that one's only worth like $50. But Zero it fluctuates from like 80 to like 120 you know, and but that is one of the OG ones, and it's a cool chase. Now, I mean, to really have the really OG ones, if you had like the 4 Kiss chases, the glow chases from the Kiss Pops, oh, that would be something. All right, let's see here. What's the next thing I knock off on my list here? Okay, we did all those. We did all those. Iron Man Jeffrey is an abomination. It's like Doctor of Island Moreau crap. I mean, oh my god. Yep, you're getting him out, and you know I'm glad that you have him and you like him. You say something, so yep, so you can show him because we didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
No, because you weren't talking. So I was talking.
Oh well, I have to have him because obviously I collect Iron Man. So even as stupid as it is, it's an Iron Man pop. So I had my OCD, I had to junk out, you know. But no. I'm not saying it's a good pop. I actually was gonna put on my list. Remember how they made somebody made they were gonna do a Hulk one and a Thanos one, and
yep.
You know, lucky for me, this is the only one because I would never buy another one like this, no matter what. But
no, because it's garbage.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh, and it makes no sense, Mark.
It's just a shameless. I mean, it's you know how they had like, oh, I got my peanut butter and your chocolate. Oh, you got my chocolate and my peanut butter. 2 great things. No, they're not 2 great things that go together.
Mark, I love you for your punk rock, but come on.
Hey, I didn't say those are bad. I'm saying they're not Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh,
that's just 2 garbage things that don't go together. They stuck together. It'd have been better if they would have made the Nux, put it on the Nux body, because it was funny that they did that big fake out with it.
Oh, kudos. You know, that's what kept me in the game. That's what gave Funko respect. They actually seem to care about their collectors for a fraction of a moment.
All right, let's see here. What else do I have in this pile of garbage?
The Angels are weeping, Mark. Continue. Pun intended.
All right, my next one is, you know, I'm sick of the Diamond collection to begin with. And they've branched it out so it's not just Hot Topic anymore. Other places are getting Diamond collection. Granted, I have some that are okay. I got the Abominable Snowman from Disney. Gary scored me one of those, and that's a cool pop. But they did a second this year. They did 2 different Mickey Mouses. Now, granted, now they've done so many freaking Mickey Mouses that, but I digress. But the gold Diamond series Mickey is garbage. I think it looks stupid. And we have the regular Diamond series one because in the beginning we were collecting them because Amy thought they were kind of cool, even though she thought the Ursula one looked like garbage. But I said if you're gonna get the other ones, you have to get Ursula too, because why not? Why just not get one of them? You know, because we're all OCD about this stuff, you know. But then as they started coming out with a new one every month and half of them were garbage, like walk away. Just let's walk away. Because not only was it, but Hot Topic would charge $15 for them. So they never qualified for any of their like 3 for $27s or anything like that, you know. So, but yeah, no, that gold Mickey Mouse was stupid. At least the other one held the color pattern, but just making it, you know, I still think that Funko is going to burn everybody on these Mickey Mouses. I think that one of these Mickey Mouses that releases at the Expo is not going to be in the Funko shop. They're going to skip one of them, and it's going to make that one worth like so much money.
$1 bajillion.
Yeah, because if they would have just not sold any of them in the Funko shop, they all would have been worth a decent amount. But if there's one that was the only place you could get it, and now all these other people have started collecting them, because if there wasn't 15,000 people that bought them each time, you know, that's 15,000 people that are buying these, you know, and they want to have the whole set now. And then there's one that there's maybe only about, you know, 4,000 of, and 15,000 people want it. Plus, then all the other people that just want the really expensive pops, that buy pops just because they're worth money and to either resell them or just because it's cool to have grails, you know, they also want them too. So now you're looking at about 20 to 25,000 people who want these 3,000 pops. And that's going to make it worth a ton. But hopefully for you guys that do collect them, that's not the case. But I bad feeling that they might pull that because they need to have some that are actually worth money because not. I mean, a lot of us collect them because we think they're awesome, but there's a lot of people that collect them because they think they're worth money. And when you start losing those people, it starts folding in on itself, and so hopefully that they have, because we're getting less and less of these. Usually it's just these places that do these one-off exclusives like Funimation and that 900.com that they probably don't buy a whole bunch of the exclusives, because I'm sure that they have to pay Funko for, like, hey, we want you to make an exclusive that we're going to sell at our store. Well, how many do you guys want to get? Well, we can afford to buy 5,000 of them or 3,000 of them, so those end up being way more limited because they can't afford to buy 50,000 of them. They can, I mean, you can sell 50,000 of any Dragon Ball Z pop because the Dragon Ball Z kids are really into those pops. And so it makes them all worth so much money. And so I'm really glad that I've never watched an episode of Dragon Ball Z and I have no urge to have any of the pops.
I did take the liberty, and when Amazon restocked the Mickey 3-pack with the T-shirt, I did grab one.
That is kind of cool. I even like the box it comes in, how that looks. I'm not a fan of the silver painted pops. That Mr. Monopoly with the silver paint. If that hadn't been a Christmas pop from last year's 12 Days of Christmas, it was on my list originally because I thought it was stupid. And then I thought about it. A, well, it was the actual 2017 pop, so I couldn't use it. And B, that's the color of the Monopoly pieces. So I gave that one a buy, and I would have omitted it even if it came out this year. But I'm not, if it would have been cooler if they were silver chrome, and I know they've been overdoing chrome, and we're not going to see the end of chrome for a while because Funko always beats something to death before they stop doing it. That's why we're going to get cereal like crazy for probably another month or two, and then they're going to realize that people don't want cereal, and it'll finally stop.
Well, plus it tastes disgusting, according to the masses.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat my Batman cereal, but no, okay. So my second worst pop is the Rainbow 8-bit Xenomorph. I understand the 8-bit ones, and they did a couple of the aliens, but the one that's one side's orange and one side's blue, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like someone, it was like bring your kid to work day, and one kid like dropped one in a couple paint, and then someone was like, and then he was like really proud of it. It's like, Dad, look what I did. And they're like, well, I guess that's pretty good, Johnny. Maybe let's make it a PX exclusive. Garbage. It doesn't make, I don't like 8-bit pops to begin with, and that's a really bad 8-bit pop. It doesn't even make sense. So now my number one, I had pre-ordered and would have got it this week if I hadn't decided that it was garbage and canceled it. It would be the infrared heat sensitive Predator dog.
Oh, the Hound?
Yeah.
Red one, green one. They made 3 of those, one being a chase.
Yep. But the infrared one kind of looks like your kid left a whole bunch of crayons on your dash in the summer and they just melted and then they formed it into a pop. I mean, it just looks like garbage.
What do you think? What do you think of the song "Infrared" by 3 Days Grace?
I don't think I know that song.
Oh, it's a newer one. Okay.
Yep. I haven't listened to a whole lot of 3 Days Grace. I think Amy likes them though. So your top 10 was well rounded out, built around a lot of these the lazy chases. Another one, because you brought up 8-bits, the GameStop Black Friday boxes from last year, the Joker 8-bits. Oh, garbage.
And one just has a chase sticker, same exact pop. So, Mark, it's getting to that point where obviously the chase is no longer even worth it. What happened to the days of the Flock Lion-O and the glow-in-the-dark Mumra? And, the unmasked Tony Stark and the Flock Beast? Where are these LE 500s and LE 250s? LE 1 and 24, the Freddy Funko orange and gray Deadpools. Like, there's so many things. Why can't you throw one out per year at least, and really keep the existence of the value and the hunt worth it? They did it with the Hopper. I'll give them credit. They did it with the SDCC Hopper. They made it a 1 in 24. Kudos.
Well, okay. The only one outside of cons that I know of that was that limited is they did do Hot Topic did a gold Wonder Woman that there was 180 of that I think just went to employees.
And what about the patina Batman? Wasn't that extremely limited?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same. It was the same kind of deal. Same with the silver and black Batman. They were all Hot Topic exclusives that I think they just went to employees. Yeah, so because they're usually limited to less than 200, and yeah. So I mean, it's now the main reason you don't see them very often is it's a double-edged sword. You make no money off of them. I mean, the fact that they did a run of the Funky Phantom and only sold 1,000 of them, I think you have to sell more than 1,000 of a mold to actually probably make any real money off of it. But they do some because you have to have some exclusivity with your product to keep people interested. And really, we're only seeing it at cons anymore. Funko Fun Days, there's a ton of them. There was a lot of Freddy Funkos that there was less than 1,000 made. There was the 8-bits, like the Kurt Cobain. Yeah, I know you want that one bad. There was probably about 10 that were released that were maybe less than 1,000. And then there was most of the chromes are limited to 1,000. And I mean, the highest one was like 6,000. I think one of the robots was 6,000. But
Mark, I know I'm not a long-time collector, but I miss it, man. I miss having, like I said, they did it with the Hopper, but that was virtually, you had to have stepped in it 20 times over to get that box with the 1 in 24 Hopper.
Well, you had to be sitting at a certain table. It was just a certain table at the Funko Fun Days, and Hopper was there, and the actor came out and gave him to the people at that table. So they were hand-given the pops by Hopper himself.
Whatever. It's cool. Kudos to everybody. The 24 of you that have that specific pop, you can keep your Stranger Things collections alive. But because of you 24 people, guys like me and Mark are just offing that set completely.
What are you talking about? I've got a gold Hopper.
Well, kudos to being 25.
There are thousands of people that have gold Hoppers.
Oh yeah. So if you have a dipping machine, you have a gold Hopper.
Yep. Now, the other edge of the sword though with that is having really exclusive in very limited numbers of some really makes some people mad too. So you're always going to run the risk of making a very small amount of people happy, but you're going to make a large amount of people. I mean, because, all the people that really wanted to have 100% Stranger Things, it's never going to happen. Mark, and don't ever try to buy a gold Hopper online unless you are touched. But,
Mark,
I mean,
5 of the 7 days of the Funko Christmas, people were up in arms, ready to go to Funko HQ and light matches because of the bots. So if they can deal with it on a 3-time-a-week basis, who gives a crap about doing it once, twice a year for a really rare? I mean, you're making bajillions as it is. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but how you have to do it in a way that it's fair in some way, shape, or form. Because I don't think they want to do it just that only the bots, eat them up and stuff like that, But
no, I'm not talking about it being an online release. I'm talking about okay, let's say there's 1,000 Hot Topics across the country, right? Why don't you make an LE 1,000 Hot Topic specific pop, send one to each store, and the random person that gets there in time gets it?
Because Hot Topic doesn't hate their employees enough to do that.
I'm only saying Hot Topic because you said their name like 60.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're one of the only stores that can pull it off. Maybe GameStop, but like a Target or a Best Buy or a Barnes & Noble couldn't do that because they don't know how to handle, ones like that.
And look what happened this year. Toy Tokyo exclusives used to be really well done and very valuable. Now you have the biggie. Now you have the biggie. It's $50.
Yeah, there's a lot of Toy Tokyo exclusives that aren't worth a lot, though. There's just been some that have been worth a lot. And
I have a Mega Man that's worth absolutely peanuts. So
yeah, so you got to remember that's not how it really always is. But no, it's tough, and we like to have exclusive ones, but we like it if there's a chance of us getting them. But the more really hard to get ones that you can't get, and the only way you can get it is paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, it doesn't make anybody happy, That's the problem.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said and alluded to when I started crying, like the Kurt Cobain, Freddie Funko, am I going to pay for it one day? Of course, because it's never going to drop in value. It's gonna stay probably at the median that it's at right now. But I still think if they really want to, I mean, even like there's so many different ones. If they're going to keep a con exclusive, fine. But it's kind of not fine because it's kind of unfair to the everyday collector like me that can't get to San Diego and get that specific pop. Who's going to come to New York to get the Funky Phantom? It's not easy, which maybe in turn is why you saying what you're saying in an argument against me saying that they should still relive and continuously, maybe 3 times per year, drop a really crazy limited pop. Keep those grails alive. That's what I'm trying to say at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I think that ones that are between like 1 and 3,000 every so often would be great because that makes them so they're not limited 1,000 ones are usually really, really expensive. But I mean, because I was all happy because I had the full current Deadpool set. And then San Diego Comic-Con came around and ruined that for me with a pink glitter cheerleader version that there's only 2,000 of that costs like $300. And I'm not going to pay that much for it. So that wrecked my set. I was a little bitter about that. Had Amy make one for me. So I have one, just not a real one. But it's, it's tough, But before we get too far removed from our worst, I haven't read David's list. And we better read David's list.
He's making a list. He's checking it twice.
So a lot of these on David's list we've gone over. That's why I wanted to read it after ours, since we've already ranted, and the ones that are on here, we don't really need to rant about again. But he just had Leatherface Lady. I'm hoping he met the chase, because I actually think the pop was good. I think that as far as adding a new Leatherface, it was a good one. I just think the chase was garbage. He had Rory with the Predator mask.
Oh, good call. Damn it, David. Good call.
But you guys haven't seen the Predator movie. Once you see the Predator movie, you're not going to hate that pop. You'll just hate the...
I left one out. I only said 9. And I just remember the Robinson Cano. That was on my list at like number 4 or number 3. But go ahead, continue.
Which one?
All of them. Because...
No, I didn't hear what it was. What did you say?
Robinson Cano. He's a baseball player for the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, any of those baseball ones. It's stupid. How I can't even imagine when they have those ones that there's 40 that they give out that are the gold ones. And then they have like another small percent that are this one. And then they have the general one. How many people are just giant asses, and I can't even imagine being the people handing those out. It must have just sucked, because when the flippers came in wanting to get those ones, and then they're going over, and if you got a good one, you're gonna have people hounding you unless you had it put away somewhere, But one thing you could do is at the end of that game, you probably could have walked around and picked up dozens of them just that got left behind, just like anything else. Okay, so back to David's list. He had Gearhead from New York Comic-Con.
Really? I'm surprised.
And I don't think he's that bad. Now, I like it. He's got, he's got that clear, I like him, but I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. I still need Roy.
Go ahead, continue with David's. I'm gonna see something here.
Yeah, Roy costs a whole bunch on eBay. I hate it. He had the Predator dog. Well, it looked.
Everybody had the Predator hounds.
Well, what is this?
Uh-oh.
I think it says Predator Hard Neon. That must be the dog. I can't. Oh yeah, it was because that's the one I. Let me see. Is that the one I asked him about? And what did he say? Predator Hound Neon. Okay, that's what he called it. Okay. He had Jeffrey with the the Jeffrey Iron Man, which I had as well. He also had the Deco 8-bit Xenomorph. He had Director Freddy, the Freddy Funko Director, which I was surprised to see that because I think that's kind of a cool pop. And that was actually only limited to people who attended the premiere.
Yeah.
I would love to have that pop.
Yeah.
So David put that. Oh, I left one out myself. And it was actually a series that finished up this year. The Horoscope Freddy's Funkos are garbage. You know, because, okay, back at the beginning of the year, we were on a pretty good schedule, okay? So at the beginning of the year, you knew that 1 week was going to be a Dorbs or Rock Candy. You knew 1 week was going to be a garbage horoscope pop. And then there was always a wild card week that either could be a pop or they'd have like a Hakari or they'd have something weird. And a lot of months, it was maybe only 1 week they would actually release out of HQ an actual pop. And we had so much more money to buy pops because we didn't buy these $23, $24 pops every week, sometimes 3 times a week. And yeah, but those horoscope ones were garbage. At first, I'm like, hey, Amy, let's get one. We'll get a Taurus and a Gemini one, so we have our birth months and stuff like that, you know. But those were like the 2 of the last ones, and by the time those came on, I'm like, these are stupid. I don't want them. Do you want me to get your month? Because I'm not gonna get the one for me. She's like, no, they're stupid. All right, so then, oh, I should have grabbed this because we have this in the other room. He has Olaf with kittens, which actually, I don't know if that was this year or if that was last year. I'm gonna look that up when this is done. He might have, because we got that at Walmart a long time ago, and I don't think it was new, so it actually might be from last year. And then he has this Amumu, AMUMU. It's a League of Legends one, and I looked at it, and it kind of looks like this turtle dude that's crying. So I don't really understand what it is, but I didn't think it looked that terrible. But maybe he's played League of Legends, and he understands, and maybe the pop is a really bad representation of what it was. But what are you laughing about? Just me?
I love the way you're
trying to justify it.
Your descriptions are just, they make me laugh, Mark.
And his number one, his last one he has on here is the Hulk with the broken hammer. So he hates the 10-inch Hulk.
Well,
and I know that it sucked that there was so many with broken hammers, but he is a great he's might be one of my favorite 10-inch pops. He's really like a 12 or 13-inch pop. He's way bigger.
He's big. He's big.
He's ginormous. And he was the first big pop we ever got. And I remember taking him out of the box and just like, wow, you were huge. And no.
I actually traded one of mine, and the person I traded it with, the only one I had, because I'm not a Hulk guy, so I didn't really care. I don't know what I got, but I traded it, and the guy that I traded it with was actually like, you need to do me a favor and bubble wrap the hammer and make sure that it's tightly secured in there. I was like, you want me to open this thing? Mark, it was mad. I mean, it's out of box. It's massive. Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I just remembered that I had to pick something for 20 questions, and you're gonna have to do 20 questions solo.
No, I don't think that would be right.
Okay, we won't do 20 questions this week.
No,
then.
I think that's got to be the trio.
Yeah, we need to have you need to have two people guessing, otherwise it's too hard.
Yeah, we'll be sitting here for another hour and a half.
Especially because you can't tell the difference between a robot and an animal.
So I'd really be screwed.
You need somebody to help you with questions.
I need someone's expertise to jump in with the way I roll. But yeah, man, where we got one more show and then we have the holiday, which is nice because we still have one more chance to make maybe Funko make some type of Christmas miracle.
Yeah, they could still pull something out. I don't think we're gonna see any more Christmas pops.
Thank God.
Because I don't think they could get them.
anything?
I don't think they're gonna sell anything that they can't get here before Christmas. Well, they did do that Vampire Freddy. Was that on Halloween?
Or right before? But what about listen? They haven't done a Grinch pop yet this year.
They're not going to. It would have been during the 12 days of Christmas. Because we would have saw because they've shown all the exclusives, and if there was gonna be a Funko Shop one, we already know about it.
Lucky for us, Christmas doesn't fall on a Wednesday this year because I could imagine them doing something real crazy if that was the case.
But didn't it? Was
Halloween was on a Wednesday, actually, I think.
Yeah, it was because I was sure that that's when they were gonna drop Frog Brothers, but they did that the week before, maybe, or maybe it was the week after. I can't remember.
I think it was 2 Fridays before.
Was it? Was it a Friday even?
So Halloween was dead set on a Wednesday. So I don't know. Who knows? Lucky for us, we get to save a few bucks in our pocket.
Well, Malcolm in the chat says that the Neon Predator Hound Pop is so legit. I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not, but
no, if somebody says legit, I usually think that they're really serious about using that word.
See, now if they would have made it kind of translucent and then added the color, I think it would have been cool. But when it just looks like melted crayons, I don't know. And I was also bitter about it because it shipped so late, and I mean, I didn't finally cancel it until like the week before it was, and
it's funny. It kind of looks like Audrey. It's like a dog version of Audrey.
The plant?
Yeah.
Audrey's not neon colors.
No, but the lips are big and red.
So yeah. No,
and it's green because it's a plant. I don't know.
So now, in the coming weeks here, we've got 2 more shows this year. And next week, we're going to do the opposite of this one. Hopefully, we'll have all 3 of us here next week.
10 best pops.
Yeah, we're going to do our 10 best pops of the year. Which
mine are going to be all chrome.
You're just going to the Marvel there had to have been at least 10. I mean,
what? There's just Thanos alone.
Oh yeah, but those weren't the 10-year ones though. That ended up being a different line. The only Thanos that's been in the 10 was Thanos in the Throne. So I was happy to see, and then the 10, the Whiplash and Iron Man is in the 10-year studios one too.
And so is the SDCC and the shared the Mark 1.
But now what? Oh, that's what I was gonna have as one of my top 10 too. Is Captain America versus Thanos garbage movie moment. If you're gonna have that awesome Thor versus Thanos, why have this? I mean, that or make Thor versus Thanos the chase and have the Captain America versus Thanos the regular one. Even though that just would not go over well. That would have made it would have caused riots.
I mean, it's never going to be an actual reality, but Funko is almost ruining the Avengers for me.
Yeah, they're trying really hard.
Yeah, they're teetering between love and hate now.
Now, the final show of the year, we're gonna have our I don't know if we're gonna call them the Dammies or what. We're gonna we're gonna pick, and actually one of that part is it's gonna be brutal for some of the segments because we have to hash out during the Dammies what the actual worst pop of the year is, and at least 2 of the 3 of us have to agree on each topic, you know, because it could be heated on what the best and worst pop of the year is, but we're gonna have all kinds of other awards for that too, and different interesting things, you know, that we can think of for categories. So that should be a really, really fun show too, because we're gonna try.
Suggestions are
Yeah,
always welcome.
yeah. Let me, you know, hit me up and let me know any kind of award that you think of. You know, I mean, we'll have like best new line, best, all kinds of crazy ones. I actually have a list going now. God. Well, you know, if we had to do best, well, no, that probably, we may have to make that a category because
there's so many that they made.
I know what's gonna win. So hands down, there's only one. There's one Chrome to rule them all. Oh no, there is one Chrome to rule them all this year. There is one, but we'll wait until that all happens. So, because
16, Mark, I'm counting 16, 17, 6, 20 that I know of.
Chromes?
Chrome pops.
Oh yeah, because I mean, just the Marvel 10, there's
10
at least, if not more. And then we got the Australia Chromes. We've got the Walmart Thanos Chromes.
All the Iron Man Chromes.
You know, there was a lot of Freddy Funko Chromes.
3 Batman Chromes.
Yep.
There's a lot of Chromes.
There's been 4 Batman Chromes this year. Green, gold, green, gold,
red,
orange, and red.
Yeah, and now
blue was last year. So
there's
5 Chromes. 4 of them have come out this year.
You're pretty spot on with your predictions. Do you think that purple one is real?
They're probably gonna do every color eventually. I mean, but you know, I think all of the new ones they're all gonna be probably on the same level as black. Hey, I don't think you're never gonna see another green or blue. That's done.
I'm totally gonna jump. Obviously, it wouldn't be that damn show without me taking us off topic. Did you see the rumor / leak of Jonah Hill as the Penguin in the movie The Batman?
No.
Oh, they had a leaked. Boss Logic is an Instagram account. They made a fan picture. It's Jonah Hill with the nose and the almost similar to, it's like Danny DeVito-esque Penguin.
Oh, I think he'd be good.
I think he'd be wonderful.
I think he'd be really good at that. You know, I just hope that they don't do like the Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, where they decide to have 18 villains in the same movie. You know, they can't do that anymore. I know that it's hard to pick one, but when you waste people like, I mean, they wasted Bane in, was that Batman Forever?
That was the Dark Knight Returns?
No. Bane was in the old school, like Joel Schumacher ones too.
Oh, yeah. With the black, wasn't he in the one with Mr. Freeze?
Whichever one had Poison Ivy too.
Get to the chopper. Yeah, that's the one with Arnold. Yeah, he played Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
Now, you know, it's going to be interesting. Now, I haven't watched the Berlantiverse, Arrowverse crossover series, but they brought in Batwoman.
Batgirl. Or
is it Batgirl? Yeah. I can never remember which one's Batwoman and which one's Batgirl because there's both. You know, because over there in the pops, and I can't remember which one, but Ruby Rose is playing her, and so it's interesting that they're bringing her in, but we still don't have Batman. So, but they're giving her own show, so I don't know if they're gonna say, "Hey, Batman's old and retired," or they're just gonna say that Batman exists somewhere, and since he can't fly or run really fast, he can't just instantly be, you know, where everybody else is. Or, you know, because they finally brought Superman into Supergirl, so.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to bring in Batman with Gotham running on Fox.
But Batman's not on Gotham. Just little kid Bruce Wayne, and there's only going to be like 10 episodes this season, and it's done. So they could
that opens the door.
Yep, but it's also a different production company that does Gotham because Berlanti doesn't do Gotham. So they don't have to have those crossover.
No,
Because
well,
they've already said that doesn't exist in the same universe that all of the CW ones do. So because
well,
they're kind of rewriting the whole history of Batman and that, but it's cool, you know, and because there's a big rumor that the Court of Owls might be the next Rocksteady Batman game, and they did Court of Owls in that without there being Batman, just little Bruce Wayne and Alfred, you know.
Did you play Injustice?
Yeah, I've got both Injustice games.
Yeah, the storyline is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely way different than I mean, come on, I love the storylines that they used. It was great.
And you know, what I like, and they've done the same thing with the last couple Mortal Kombats, is they have a storyline that causes you to play most of the characters, so you kind of get a feel for it. Versus before, it always used to be you just play as one character, and then they'd have like a little story at the end. You know, if you beat it with that guy, where this has an involved story that goes through and incorporates all the characters, and they'll use the multiverses sometimes to have good and bad versions of it, so you end up getting to play with most of the people. And no, it's really cool. I've been waiting for the add-on to get cheap so I can get the extra people that you can be in there, because they added like Sub-Zero and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and some other stuff into it too. But those don't ever get affected by the story. Kind of like how in I never had the expansion for Mortal Kombat X, so I bought Mortal Kombat XL on Black Friday and was playing with it because that added I think Jason and Leatherface and a couple of like horror ones into it. So that was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
But no, I'm gonna be interested to see how far they can push this whole CW. You know, I did appreciate that the crossover ones only hit 3 of the shows this time, because I was watching the Legends of Tomorrow, because we're behind on a few of them, and with the kids, it's hard for me and Amy to sit down and watch all these episodes, and she doesn't watch Legends of Tomorrow or Arrow normally, so I get to keep watching those. And when they came back from a mission on the Legends of Tomorrow, they decided not to have them part of the crossover this time. It's like, oh yeah, the computer's like, you have messages from Oliver Queen and Barry Allen and Kara Danvers. Oh, we don't have time for another crossover episode. That's what they said. So they at least have some good humor. And the fact that this year with Legends of Tomorrow, they've brought lots of famous people. Like they had Steven Spielberg on one episode.
Oh, wow.
And he got scared because he saw like some like people with lasers and stuff. So he quit being a filmmaker, which then caused 2 of the people to lose their powers, because it caused the Atom not to become a scientist because he was really into Star Wars. And then it caused the one guy that can turn into the metal guy. I can't remember what his name is on the show off the top of my head. But he lost all his powers because he never became an archaeologist, because Indiana Jones was never made. So they had to go back and convince Steven Spielberg to become a movie maker again so they could get all their powers and stuff back. So it was great. But I suppose we need to wrap this up, guys. But I appreciate all of you that stuck it out with us. And thanks to all of you that watch it later throughout the week. You know, our views have been going up. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on there, you know, and like the videos. You know, let us know that, you know, you appreciate what we do, because we do it for us, but we also do it for you. And, you know, it's been another great show, Anthony. You have anything else you want to say?
Can't wait to have David. New episode of 20 Questions next week, and hopefully some news along the way. And I can't wait to discuss our main topic as we develop one. But other than that, thank you to everybody, because, you know, like Mark said, the views are going up, and due to that, we get to keep going with a more positive attitude about it. So thank you very much.
Yep. So, you know, we'll be back same time next week as always. And you guys have a great weekend. You know, keep, you know, buying your Funko Pops and talking about them with us, because we love to hear about it, and we love to talk about it. So see you guys next week. Adios.
Peace.